Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining our Brightfox and the Vonage webinar about ensuring business continuity during business disruption. My name is Sam Gerards, Sales Manager at Brightfox, working in the Salesforce industry for almost 5 years, and I'm joined by my colleague Jo Putzes, partner at Brightfox, and more than 10 years experience as a solution architect. And of course, the Vonage team, which I will present shortly. Let's turn over today's agenda together. The first 10 minutes, we will shortly present Brightfox. After that, we dive into Vonage cloud technology to support business continuity. Then, we will give a 20-minute hands-on demonstration. And to end, we will take some time to answer your questions. After the webinar, we will send you a survey. Please complete it. It will only take 5 minutes. Before we get into the webinar, we wanted to give you a short introduction of our company. We are Brightfox, a dedicated Salesforce competence center. Brightfox is a recent merger between Gency and 7dots. We are a certified Salesforce Platinum partner, active within the Benelux region, and have more than 75 experienced consultants that deliver state-of-the-art solutions built on the Salesforce platform. As part of the Kronos Group, we collaborate with other competence centers and can rely on a network of more than 5,000 technical specialists in a wide range of business domains and technologies. We are headquartered in Contig for Belgium and Amsterdam for the Netherlands. Additionally, we have other satellite offices within the Benelux region. Since 2019, we obtained the Salesforce Platinum Partner status. In essence, it is a quality label given by Salesforce, which you can acquire by reaching a certain score on different parameters, such as customer success, Salesforce expertise, and partner value score. Additionally, we are also active as an ISV partner, meaning we dedicate ourselves to create custom extensions or packages and make them available on the App Exchange in order to further increase Salesforce functionalities. As mentioned before, showing here our Salesforce expertise with more than 220 Salesforce certifications within different domains and Salesforce solutions. As we dedicate ourselves to customer success, we offer the following services. Strategically, we introduce the notion of business process optimization, which is covered by the strategy and audit service we provide. We assist our customers to reach their goals with the Salesforce platform solutions. The biggest part of the Salesforce implementation track are the setup services, which covers implementation aspects like provisioning tailor-made Salesforce instances, but also integration aspects such as connecting Salesforce to websites, web shops, ERP, and others. At the end of an implementation track, it becomes clear that groups of users need to be trained. We therefore provide training and support for new and existing customers so they can get the most out of their Salesforce instance. As said before, let me now introduce our speakers panel for today. I'm joined by my Brightfox colleague Jo Putzes, Solution Architect, and from the Vonage team, we have beside us Tyson Arnold, Enterprise Alliance Manager, and Solution Engineer Rodolfo Box Castilla. Some guidelines before we start. During the webinar, all attendees will be in listen-only mode and questions can be posted at the sidebar. At the end of the webinar, we have some time to answer your questions. Please, I will now give the word to Tyson Arnold from Vonage.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. So yeah, as we sent out the invitation, purpose here is I'm going to talk with you folks a little bit about some of the technologies that we see companies adapting in a very, of course, business disruptive time during the pandemic. and how they're utilizing this type of technology that we're going to present to you today to really help pivot their business to more of a remote type of work environment for agents, and how this technology is trying to create creating a seamless experience for the agents and for the customers as well. So just a few slides here to show you, and then I'll hand over to Rodolfo to show you this technology in action here. Sam, I'm having a little trouble advancing the slides here. There we go.
I'll handle it. Yeah. You want it one?
I got it now. We're good. Thank you. All right, I think we are good now. All right, so we've all experienced that communications have profoundly changed. There are multiple ways to communicate with people with the advent of the internet and the social applications that come along with that, with mobile technology as well. They're always reachable. You can always reach folks through multiple different channels. And this type of prevalence of communication channels now, the multiple ways to communicate with people, is profoundly changing businesses as well. Sorry, folks, I'm still struggling here a little bit with the mouse. All right. So we see in the banking sector, for example, you see retail banking branches closing many of their branches where customers prefer, and it's easier for them to do the bulk of their personal banking online through a portal, or they're doing it through a mobile app as well. We see insurance agency, for example, where 60% of the claims now are being filed through an application, and not talking with an agent on the phone, but rather through video chat, right? That you see here, where that agent is instructing the customer there to take pictures and how to file that claim through the app here. We're seeing in telehealth now, during the current pandemic, obviously this is a big benefit to patients and to the medical industry as well, where they're able to treat customers and consult them without the patient actually having to come into the doctor's office, and in many instances, thus helping keeping down, of course, the chances of further infections for folks, and yeah, still creating that type of experience where that they could still see one another. In ride sharing, for example, in many places now, the days of flagging down a taxi from the street curb is no longer the case, where you're able to order a taxi there, maybe as you're wrapping up dinner there through Lyft or through Uber, for example, and you're communicating with the driver through this app as well. But the businesses that are succeeding are those that are able to act upon these evolving technologies. Many businesses, however, are just not able, because of their technology stack, able to capitalize on these changing industries and opportunities to serve customers where they currently want to be serviced. Reason for that is maybe they've adapted a type of siloed technology architecture. Maybe they've adopted point solutions where it's difficult to have all of these solutions speak and have a seamless experience for the customer. The impact on the customer in this instance could be that they're having to repeat themselves multiple times as they get passed through an IVR, for example. For the agent, it creates what I call a swivel chair type of experience, which means that they could be switching between different monitors and different applications to finally get the information they need to take care of the customer. Biggest impact here to the customer is it really can have a potential negative impact on their loyalty, and as they see other providers who may be offering the types of service and better customer experience, maybe moving on to those competitors. So Vonage, this type of technology that we offer, is a unified communications platform, which means there's one particular platform, and these applications and these services rest on this cloud platform. The benefit of that is being a more agile type of technology environment, less technical debt, and you're able to act upon these ever-changing communication channels that continue to evolve, like, say, for example, TikTok. According to my nieces in high school in the US, that is the social media platform now that at least her generation prefer to use. The Vonage platform, from leveraging it, is you have 3 different options to leverage the technology. So there is the ability to take the pre-built application, such as our contact center solution, which Rodolfo will be showing here in a second, or the unified communications platform. And there's the ability to use some of our pre-built applications, APIs, excuse me, which we'll show here in a second. And then there's the best of both scenarios here, a hybrid approach, for example, where you could take the pre-built applications that we currently offer, use that in addition to the communication APIs, and this in many instances solves this question of build versus buy. So you don't have to make a one or the other type of decision, but maybe you use some of the pre-built applications like the contact center and use those APIs and further build upon those. Perhaps there's some legacy systems that you're just not ready to move off of yet. So this offers that flexibility of quick agility, quick time to market, quick value, and still holding on to those important applications and really making a tailored type of solution for your business. Sam, I'll just let you advance the slides if you want. And this type of agility in one particular platform, as we say in the States, one throat to choke. So if there are problems that may arise, there's only one vendor that you need to go to in this type of instance. This means that it creates the type of agility from a technology perspective where you're able to create a type of cohesive experience for your customers, regardless of the types of channels that they want to interact with you on, be it voice, be it WhatsApp, which we'll show here in a second. And from an agility standpoint and creating a type of seamless experience for your customers, this is the type of cloud-based platform, which in many instances where all of us are having to work from home is many of our customers are adapting this type of strategy and technology. We're very quickly able to take their agents who are sitting in an office with their standard telephone and quickly then move them to a work from home type of environment with more or less still the same type of services they're able to deliver to customers. The benefit overall, the biggest thing there is then that the customer in most instances doesn't even notice a difference. Okay, when we talk about personalizing great experiences, this is the type of platform and technology where you could, for example, with this integration in Salesforce, be able to route a customer that has a particular product or a particular spend with your company and be able to route them to, for example, the last person that they spoke with, or a particular individual or queue, for example, that is best suited to help them. Right, Sam? Right, and this is the type of platform is what we'll look at here is leveraging technologies with our integration with Salesforce, their AI, their Einstein offerings there, is we're able to take massive sums of data, calls, for example, and we're able to analyze those in mass. So this can give us an indication of things like customer sentiment. Were they happy with us? Was there tension in their voice? So this is a business that's very important so that we can use this to further adapt our support and sales processes to meet the ever-changing needs of the customer. Beneficial for coaching internally for reps as well. Go ahead, Sam. All right. So we're fortunate enough to have more than 100,000 customers of various shapes and sizes. These are just some of the logos that you probably would recognize. But as I mentioned, we have customers of various different sizes. MTD, for example, is a very traditional company. They manufacture and provide lawn and garden equipment. And they've always prided themselves on really offering a great customer experience. they're using the Vonage platform then to create this type of personalized experience for their customers. And by a result of this, they've been able to deflect 5% of their incoming calls, and they've recorded a 40% increase in their Net Promoter Score. Logo that we all know, I personally can't afford their stuff, but Louis Vuitton, they are using this type of technology to really give those VIP customers a very special type of experience that they're going to expect out of a luxury brand. So that means as they're contacting Louis Vuitton knows what their spend is on an annual basis, for example, and they pick the particular individual or team that they direct that incoming contact to. Go ahead, Sam. All right. We're fortunate enough to be recognized by the industry, and for example, here by Gartner being a leader and visionary in their CTI provider quadrant here. Have more than 800,000 current registered users on the platform, and I think our commitment to innovation is reflected here by the more than 200 patents that we currently hold, with still 150 pending. Go ahead, Sam. We're also very closely aligned to Salesforce, and we've recently been named a summit partner by Salesforce, and you reach this status by a few different things. Important part of that is really the number of ratings that you are getting, or quality ratings that you are getting on Salesforce's App Exchange. So we have the highest number of reviews, in fact, 5 times more than all the other CTI providers. And we are their top-rated CTI integration tool into Salesforce. Okay. Go ahead, Sam. And that was actually it. So enough talking there. Let's pass over to Rodolfo, and he'll show you some of this technology in action here.
Thank you, Tyson. Well, first of all, let me know if you are able to hear me, please.
Yes, we hear you loud and clear, Rodolfo.
Okay, good. So very short about me. So Rodolfo Box, sales engineer at Vonage since March 2019. I will be carrying out this demo for you. I've been given 20 minutes, and last time I tried this demo and did a dry run, it took 25 minutes for me to do it. So I will try to speed up. In any case, I promise you that I hope you do not get bored. Let's see if I'm able to. Yes. So I have control here. This is the demo scenario that we prepared for today. So as you all know, we are all in lockdown due to the expansion of COVID-19. And today more than ever, so the online commerce as well as the delivery of goods to both private and physical addresses is in high demand. What we have detected is that there are even customers willing to pay an extra cost if they receive the products on time. Let's think, for example, on face masks or toilet paper, for example, which actually where I am now in Munich, it was easier to find and buy a Rolls Royce than buying a toilet paper 2 weeks ago. At the same time, regardless of whether the workers are working from home or at the office, so companies must continue to offer the highest quality of service and the same customer experience. And this scenario is the perfect one for cloud technologies in order to play a key role in business continuity, allowing most employees who are working from home out of a broadband connection to connect with their customers. So let me introduce the character that we prepared for this demo. We first of all have Tyson, who is going to play the role of a private consumer who made an order some time ago. He's sort of frustrated as this order has not arrived, and he needs to speak to the company as soon as possible. Second character, we have Rodolfo, who is going to play the agent of the manufacturing company, belongs to the customer service department and is working from home with a broadband connection. And finally, we have Sam, who is going to be a business process manager at the manufacturing company and needs to monitor and ensure that the company is maintaining the customer satisfaction and customer experience. So yeah, let's talk in a more showing. Sam, can you make me presenter, please?
Yes.
Okay, please confirm me that you are able to see my screen and that you are seeing my Salesforce org.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, good. Yeah, so as I stated, so Rodolfo is working his case queue. He has logged in Salesforce, and in case that he needs to handle an outbound call or an inbound call, he's going to do that, managing them from the Vonage soft phone that usually it's hidden in the utility bar in order for so that I am able to work comfortable, and this is not annoying me. In case that an inbound call comes into the system, I'm going to handle it from here. I can choose either to handle the media, to handle the audio from whatever telephone I enter in the telephone number field. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that you don't get blind on this. This telephone number may be a landline, maybe a cell phone, but for the purpose of this demo, so this is pointless, I'm going to be doing it using a soft phone, what means that the audio will be delivered to my web browser using WebRTC. In order to do that, this Chrome extension here on the right-hand side activated can be downloaded from the Chrome web store. You can download it for free and install it in, being conservative, around 30 seconds, and it will be up and running. So let me ensure that I am in status away, that this soft phone is hidden here. So for the first part of the demo, and for me to not make you crazy switching screens, I'm going to impersonate Tyson, who is at the contact us page of the company. He's about to fill out this form that you are seeing on my screen, but he has found the chat option that the company is giving him. So entering the details, so Tyson Arnold. The first thing that is going to occur is that the Einstein chatbot is going to give the standard greeting. So we see that you are in the contact us page, and Einstein is presenting a menu of options, which actually suits to Tyson's demands because he wants to speak about his order. Of course, Einstein needs some background, so he's telling Tyson, please enter your order number, what is, if I remember it properly, 204. This will trigger a lookup in Salesforce, and it's going to retrieve the status of the order. What Einstein is checking out, okay, so the status is back order, and it's going to be delivered in November. What you can imagine, so with the current situation that we have in Germany, I think that Tyson is in Berlin, where it is now mandatory to wear a face mask when you are going into the public transportation or you are going into a shop. That's not acceptable. So, of course, you can help me with, so I want to escalate this shipment. This is a topic, this is a matter that Einstein is not able to handle, so he's going to pass this session to an agent. Clicking on yes. And now this is triggering another lookup in Salesforce, and Einstein is checking that the store number for contacting Tyson is this one actually. So clicking on yes. This finishes the session. And this should create in the background automatically a callback that is going to be delivered to Tyson's personal account manager. Actually, so I'm using my headset, otherwise you would be able to hear the tone. But if I open my client, so I see that there is a callback waiting in the queue, and I see that it's in the priority queue. So let's make my agent ready. And this should already trigger, it should trigger a pop-up. In the forefront, I hope that you are able to see the order. In the background, we will pop up a Tyson contact in Salesforce. So I go to ready, now automatically to ready working, and this should be triggering the outbound call actually. You see that the pop-up is loading at the moment. Pick it up, Tyson.
Phone is ringing here. Hello.
Hi, Tyson. So Rodolfo Vox here. I see that you got in touch with us to check out the status of this order, 204. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'm just a little bit concerned. I see that my order is on back order. We're running really low here at my practice on face masks, which of course is very important for us to keep a supply of. And we're running a little bit low, and I saw that once we're on back order, I'm becoming concerned that I won't get a supply of masks in time, and we'll run out.
Yeah, okay, I see. Okay, let me please check the incoming shipment from our suppliers. So I'm going to put you on hold. Please bear with me. Okay, so I'm back, Tyson. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So I have actually verified that we now have face masks in the stocks. So I'm going to change the status of this order. I will change the delivery date. So I can confirm that you are able to receive these face masks next week, Thursday. Does that work out for you?
Yeah, that should be fine. We'll have adequate supply until then. Thank you. That's been very helpful.
Okay, you're welcome. Happy that this timeline fits for you. So I'm right now updating this order, and hopefully you receive the face masks in about a week.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Perfect. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
So this is just an example how we are able to seamless transition from a chat that Tyson has started talking to Einstein to the personal account manager that you are seeing on my screen that is assigning the CRM to Tyson. We are popping up an order as you are seeing here, but we are capable to pop up whatever object, no matter if it is a standard object or a custom object in Salesforce. We are able to pop up whatever objects you have configured in your Salesforce org. Just to finish this part of the demo, so escalate, shipment escalated, and entering a call outcome just for reporting purposes, like, okay, this was a complaint from the customer. And if I now reload my screen, so this should have already worked and store the tasks to the suitable object in Salesforce. So yeah, the internet connection is not the best one. Sorry for the delay. Now loading. So if you scroll down to the activities, I already see, yes, they are here, that the outbound call and the chatbot session are already stored within the suitable contact, what is Tyson, and if I click on them, so I have all information that I have stored for this call. So the call outcome, the call notes that will render in a minute, shipment escalated, as well as a summary with some KPIs, some statistics about the call that we just carried out. So this is the first part of the demo, but I have not forgotten Sam, what is our business process manager and that needs to monitor the customer satisfaction. So this is a typical classic scenario nowadays. And for this matter, Sam has configured a dynamic dashboard in Salesforce using Einstein Analytics, what is the business analytics tool from Salesforce, in combination with a Vonage conversation analyzer, what is our business insights tool from the Vonage portfolio. So if I navigate to analytics, and this renders, hopefully, and go to the dashboard. So yeah, here we have our dashboard, and you can see that the company received, this is a summary of 2019 calls. I can see that they have 500,000 calls. And if Sam needs to analyze 500,000 calls, call by call, you can imagine this is sort of an unrealistic task. No worries, because for that, Sam already configured some categories and subcategories in Conversation Analyzer. So for example, the category complaint handling, and we see that even there are some subcategories, complaint handling regarding product, or complaint handling regarding delivery, or general complaints. So clicking on them, I'm already able to filter the calls, and now I have 26,000 calls, what is much better, but it's still impossible to analyze 26,000 calls one by one. As I have here the calls broken down, I can see that, for example, in August and in September, there was a spike in the complaints. So I can click on August, or well, let's click on September for 1,400 calls. And now drilling down, and now, for example, clicking on details, I am able to check out how many calls during September were assigned to a specific agent. So, for example, agent Andy Arden was handling 4 calls where the customer has written a complaint. Scrolling down, I have here a hyperlink to the object in Salesforce that has been automatically created after call termination, after the agent or the customer has hung up. And I am able to navigate to that object in Salesforce. So for the purpose of this demo, I have already prepared one object for you to see how that works. This is a custom object that Vonage creates in Salesforce after installing the package. It's called MVM call summary. Although, as you saw before, we also use standard objects from Salesforce as the task for also pushing the information into the CRM. What you find here on the top is a visual summary of what happened with the call. Like, okay, I can see that it was 13 seconds in the IVR, 9 seconds in the queue. There was a talk between the agent and the customer for 1 minute. It was put on hold. Summary of the call statistics of this call. Which number did the customer dial in order to get in touch with the company, excuse me. Which service line was handling the call. This was an inbound call. It was made in April this year. It lasted almost 2 minutes, 1 minute, 50 seconds, more or less. There's an open task in the system. This is related to the contact Larry Baxter. There was actually a case for this call created. And there is actually one existing opportunity in the system, but we want to focus on complaints. So scrolling down, I am able to find here within Salesforce, configure as a Visualforce object, the call recording player, where I have the call recording of this call. Yeah, it was 1 minute 51. So you can see that from 500,000 calls, we are able to drill down and to move to one call that Sam needs to play now and check out the complaint. This is doable. The call lasts 1 minute 51 seconds, but just imagine that this is a call of 30 minutes more or less. So this is also time consuming. That's the reason, because there are some categories and subcategories configured. You can see here complaint handling, and within complaint handling there were 2 complaints that are actually color coded in yellow. So I can hover the mouse over the bullet, over the circle. I see that either the agent or the customer mentioned here poorly managed, or I guess that the agent told so I'm sorry here. So clicking on the circle, I'm automatically moved to the part in the conversation where I can already verify that the customer was mentioning poorly managed. Not only that, if I hear me that you are still with me and you can hear me. The call recording player, okay, fine. The call recording player has already moved to second 29, where the customer was mentioned that this shipment has been poorly managed. So hopefully you are able to hear it. So this is only an example, but you can imagine that you can configure here whatever makes sense for your business needs. For example, if your agents are being GDPR compliant when handling the calls, if they are telling the customers, say, okay, this call is going to be recorded, or if how many times your customers are mentioning your competitors within a call. So these categories that just here on the top are only an example, but you can configure these categories as per your business needs. Yeah, I have this as key takeaways from the session. Yeah, so first one is with Cloud Contact Center solutions, we are providing a very easy deployment for home workers with minimum risk, because as you saw, I am handling the call out of my web browser. We are completely fully telephony agnostic. In case that you want to integrate with your current contact center on-premise platform, we are able to deliver the audio to whatever number you enter into the system, as you saw before in the contact path. Customers are able to receive a seamless, consistent experience regardless of the chosen channel. We started in a chat and we smoothly transitioned to an outbound call to the customer-provided phone. Nowadays, the sales and service representative only need an internet connection, web browser, and a headset in order to carry out their jobs. There is no need of hardware support, although that's also a possible, a feasible scenario. The managers are able to obtain a holistic view of the customers and agents remotely, and using business intelligence as Einstein Analytics and business insights tools and conversation analyzer. This is allowing companies to monitor up to 100% of the calls according to the business needs that you define. And that's it for me. So I'm not sure if someone wants to add anything else. Otherwise, we have time for the questions.
Then it rests me only to thank you all attendees, Jo, Tyson, Rodolfo, for supporting this webinar and this partnership between Brightfox and Vonage. If you are interested in our approach, you can reach out to the four of us. Thank you all again, and have a nice day.
Thank you all from the Vonage side.
Thank you very much for your time.